Well, hello, Steiff superfans. Hello, how are you? And happy Valentine's Day. This is one of my most favorite holidays of the year because it involves a lot of candy and flowers and, of course, a good meal. And that's three things that are never a bad thing at all. I am excited to share with you today a very short video on things that are Valentine-esque, at least things that I saw in my study as I looked around today to prepare for this talk for you that really reminded me of Valentine's Day. So I'd like to share with you three special things, but more so the stories behind them and what makes them so, well, really what makes them make my heart happy. So what I'm going to do is go from the most recent item to the oldest item and tell you the stories behind these very sweet treats, okay? And if you hear sort of grumbling in the back, it could be one of two things. First of all, my pug, as always, is sleeping on my lap, but does not want to make a camera appearance today. And the other thing is that we're having a snowstorm and the trucks go by plowing. So those are the two sounds that you hear if you're not hearing me. Anyway, so let's get started. So the first happy heart thing I'd like to share with you is something that I got back around 2003 or 2004. Let me show it to you. So what this is, it's a little tiny, fully jointed white teddy bear, and he's holding a little pillow. It's a 3D pillow in the shape of a heart. It has my name on it and it's spelled correctly, which is most unusual. So I really appreciate that. And so what a perfect Valentine for sure. And let me tell you why I love him and why he's so special to me and the story behind him. So this little fellow, believe it or not, served as a little place card holder on a table telling people where to sit at a Steiff company um, dinner party. And my first time out to visit Steiff in Germany, I was so excited and so surprised and so happy to go out and meet the people in the company and see the company. Had a dinner party for a number of people from America who came to visit. And we met at a restaurant and we arrived and our guests from Steiff were already there. And they had put out these little teeny tiny teddy bears with the guest's name embroidered on the heart as where you were to sit. So I just thought that was just the absolute nicest, wonderful way to be welcomed to the company and a great souvenir and a party favor. And to this day, I often use little tiny, 10, 15 centimeter items as place card holders at dinner parties and birthday parties that I hold for friends. So anyway, I thought this was a great idea. And of course, it's very Valentine-ish and I just love him. Okay. Now, it wouldn't be Valentine's Day with special couples. Now, you'll probably recognize these two here. These are, of course, the Mickey and the Mackie hedgehogs. And this here is a medium-sized version. And these are pretty common. And you probably have one or two or many in your collection, but they are a couple. And of course, they go together like that, like that. And we love couples on Valentine's Day of any type and sort. Anyway, so let me tell you why we're celebrating this special couple on Valentine's Day. So my grandmother, who introduced me to Steiff, had these in her home since before I even probably was conceived. And every time I would go to her house, I would find these and they would be in a different place in her house. Sometimes they'd be in the kitchen, sometimes they'd be in the living room, sometimes they'd be in her craft room. Anyway, they really symbolize to me my grandmother, and I think many, many homes in Germany and people who celebrate Steiff and perhaps of German origin in America also have a pair of these in the house, almost as little tokens of good luck and love and friendship and such. So anyway, these are from my grandmother. These particular fellows are probably from the 60s or perhaps even the early 70s. They are not terribly early, and I would think that she probably bought them as adults when she was here in America. The earliest ones, which were available, starting about 1951, early 1952, would have a straight hairline. So you see, this guy has like a V on his forehead, like a Vulcan. He has a V forehead. But if you find one with a straight hairline, that's a very early and very somewhat rare version. So you have Mickey and Mackie. They were introduced in about 1952 on a broad scale, produced onward really to this day in different forms and different sizes. I've seen anywhere from like 9 to 50 centimeters, and they have also, of course, been produced in giant window size ones as well. Anyway, happy Valentine's Day from a Steiff legacy couple, of course. All right. Now, an old pair in my collection. So there's also such things as sibling and family love. So what I have here are two dolls that really have been together since they were probably purchased together or close to each other in about maybe 1909 or so. So this is Elita, this little girl here. This is Harry. This is Harry. And the story behind these is these were given to a little girl who was born in the probably 1910, 1915 era. And unfortunately, like many children, because there just wasn't the health care that's available now, passed away in infancy. The parents of the child who passed away gave these two dolls to two sisters who lived in New York City to keep as to play with and to love. And the sisters loved these dolls, but felt they were very, very special. So clearly, those sisters were very smart and never really played with them. And so they stayed together over time. And they came to my collection through one of the sisters, and the sister simply said, I really need you to keep them together because they're brother and sister. Of course they are. And what a wonderful Valentine story. So these beautiful dolls, this is Harry, and Harry was made in 5 sizes, ranging from about 28 centimeters to 60 centimeters. This is the little guy, and he was made in about 1908 through maybe 1925 or so. This particular model, Harry was made on the earlier part of that time frame because he has nice, lovely black eyes. And his sister is Elita, and she was made in 4 sizes, ranging from 28 to 50 centimeters. Again, a Dutch children. You can see their clogs, wonderful little clogs, and their Dutch outfits. And one of the things I love about Elita is that in her cataloging, she's described as being in Sunday best. And what that means, I believe, is that she is dressed in an outfit for church, sort of a fancier than everyday outfit. And one of the ways you can recognize that is she's got these wonderful cuffs that come up and down. I'm not going to move them, but they are made out of felt and they match her wonderful embroidered dress. So she really is dressed for Sunday. And Harry is dressed more for fishermen or fishing. That's because he is cataloged as a fisherman. He's got his little necktie and a shirt and his clogs and such. Anyway, a lovely brother and sister pair, also celebrating the love of family on Valentine's Day. So those are my stories for you. I hope they've warmed your heart. I hope they make you feel good. And I hope you have a wonderful and warm February, at least in your heart when it comes to Steiff. Please be my Steiff sweetheart. I would love that and appreciate that. And until our next time for Steiff stories or an unboxing, we'll see you then. Thank you, and Teddy hugs as always.